Thank you for joining us for another video from dscardworld.com. In this video, we're going to cover how to flash update your iEdge card to the latest version 1.4.1 DSI. As you can see, here is our product page. This is the iEdge card itself. And when you purchase the card from us, it will come flashed and ready to use, but if you purchase it from another vendor, it might come blank. In fact, it most likely will come blank, and you will have to do this process yourself. There are quite a few steps to it, but we'll walk you through it, make sure there's no confusion. And the first thing we're going to do is make sure our microSD card is ready to go. We like to make sure it's freshly formatted, and the best program for that is Panasonic SD Formatter. We're going to have the links to all the necessary files in our description, including this little app here. And I'm going to reinsert this here. Okay, for us it's showing up as drive all, but that letter may vary depending on your setup. So you just click Format. And of course, make sure you back up any game, save, media files, or else those will get wiped. Now, the files we're going to be using for this are the new version 3 Edge Bootstrap Updater. Officially, you can download this off the Edge website, www.edge-ds.cn, but we'll have a more conveniently located for you. And then this is the ROM file that you're going to use to flash with the firmware. And just open up the Bootstrap here. Okay, it's going to ask you the path to the ROM, which is this incredibly long Japanese name. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce all that. You just click the elliptical button here, and then that's the ROM file next to the Bootstrap. Click Open, then click Update. You have to wait for a window to pop up to tell you that it's done. You don't want to interrupt this. And then you click OK. What this is going to do is going to place a BN update file on your microSD card. It may or may not be visible, but it's on there if you do this properly. And that's pretty much it for this part. Next, we're going to jump to the DSI and show you the second part to updating your iEdge here. So, see you shortly. Okay, now that we have our microSD card set up properly, we're going to continue on this flashing process. When you receive your iEdge, it will come in this fancy triangular packaging that's fairly unique to the industry. Pull off this rubber band, and it uses a screw post pivot design, so you just swing that around. There's your USB microSD adapter and the iEdge itself. When it comes from the manufacturer, it comes completely blank without any firmware on it. So when you insert into your DSI here, you will see a stock iEdge icon. That's what that looks like. That means that there's no firmware on the iEdge. And if you try to tap it, you'll get this familiar an error has occurred that shows up when the card is not compatible with DSI version 1.4.1. Okay, so I'm going to take that out and get this thing going. There, you insert that, make sure it's in securely. Okay, and at this point it should start flashing a little red light. Let's try to hold it this way. There it goes. Now, if you get a solid red light, simply remove the iEdge and the microSD and reinsert them and try again. Or you can also try using a different microSD card, as we've had varying degrees of success depending on which card is in there for whatever reason. Okay, the process should be done now, so we reboot the DSI here. Okay. And now you see it's showing the new version 3 Bootstrap compatible for version 1.4.1. It's some Japanese game of a really, really long title, Shikakui something, but it has that distinctive red orb and cube on there. And now you can feel free to remove the microSD and insert the menu software on it. and that should get you into the menu. Actually, let me take care of that right now and show you how it looks. Now, when you do order this card from DS Card World, we take care of this complicated flashing process for you, so it should come ready to use out of the box. All you need to do is download the software, and you will be up and running. Now, if you have an iEdge already and it's flashed for version 1.4, we have another video up shortly that will address that problem, as it varies very slightly, but it should work as well. Alright, now I have the menu software loaded on here. Let's take a look at that, see what it looks like. Okay, there you go. And on your first boot, you'll be asked to select your language. You get a good number of options here. I'm rather impressed, actually. I speak English, so we'll go with that. And there you have it. Left icon to access your games. That loads Moonshell for your videos and music. And then the other icon is for your settings. Thank you for viewing our video. Hopefully it's helpful. And as always, you can get your genuine iEdge card from our website, www.dscardworld.com. They come pre-flashed, ready to use out of the box. And you can feel free to email us any questions you have at sales@dscardworld.com. See you next time for another one of our awesome videos.